I'll try to keep this as short as I can, but it's a big topic. Whether it's done the way I do it, or if you're selling one watch. But my scenario is I've literally helped someone else sell, because usually it's not me selling. Like, I'm usually just connecting the buyer and the seller. That's where it gets a little complicated, but this will still work for you if you're trying to sell some watches. But how did I sell over 660 watches in a few months? I did it basically over the summer, and it was to help out a fellow watch enthusiast that I met online. We didn't know each other prior to that. We met up, picked up the watches, drove them back from Dallas. I posted a video on this, and I got to work. That was a massive undertaking. And I can't really get into the details of what that looked like, because there were some very organizational skills that had to like take part to even prep, to begin to inventory, and then to be able to sell. But typically I'm dealing with a lot smaller bundle of watches. Like this current one, for example, I have a couple out on the table here. So this current loadout is like, I don't know, 50, 60 watches, something like that. It's not a lot. Well, I mean, it is, depending on your perspective, I suppose. But for me, it's not a lot. So what do? I open up the box. I make notes. I inventory them, essentially. And then I inspect them. And then I share that, whether it's going to be... typically, so what I do is I sell on the Discord. I have a Discord that is set up to help me facilitate connecting the buyer and the seller, essentially. Now, the way you're going to do it, I would suggest avoiding eBay if you want to avoid all those fees. There's better ways to do it. You got to get involved with groups, Discord groups, Facebook groups, something like that. Whatever works best for you. Maybe it's Reddit. I don't know. I don't use any of those. I've created my own. It is your job to put in the work to find a group of trusted buyers and sellers, and then you join the community. You have to become part of the community. You can't just drop in and be like, hey, I'm selling this watch and expect results. The reason I'm able to do what I'm doing is because I've been doing it for a decade and I've built a level of trust. So now if you don't have that and you don't have the time to do that, you have to build trust a different way, because that buyer is going to buy the seller as well as the watch. So you have to sell yourself too, meaning post pictures, post video. If they ask you questions, verify it. It might seem silly. They might go, what does this little ribbon look like in the box? I mean, that's ridiculous. Don't ask people for that. But like, if they want to know that, and that's, going to help them decide to buy whatever watch it is, send them a picture, send them a video, be accommodating. You're asking someone to buy something from you and they don't know you. They don't trust you. So, send them a good video. Like you can see right there, identify. Don't hide anything. Be upfront, because that right there, for a lot of people, is not going to be a big deal. And if it is a big deal, you can either do it or you can have them do it. A Cape Cod cloth, probably clean that up and make it 90% go away. Now, I don't do that because I sell the watches as they're sold or sent to me. So I move them right along. Now, the other thing I do, and maybe you should do this, figure out a timing device. I use a time grapher. So share that information. It verifies that the watch is an automatic watch anyway, is in healthy working condition. Share that information. The more you can share, the more likely someone's going to buy your watch over somebody else's watch, even in an environment where, trust is the key. Somebody just posts up one picture and it's kind of blurry and it's smudged. I'm not buying that watch. Are you buying that watch? So now on the backside too, after you sell the watch, or even before you do, you want to communicate exactly expectations. So you want to communicate how you're going to ship it, how it's going to be packaged. Are you including the shipping? Are they paying the shipping? Make sure it's insured. I use Pirate Ship and then I add their insurance. It's an independent insurance and they do actually cover it. I've never had to make a claim because I've never lost a watch, but it happens all the time. So be very careful about protecting not only yourself, but protect your buyer. Make sure they have the best experience possible. Treat it as if you were buying the watch. How do you want to buy the watch? That's how you want to sell the watch. You want to communicate clearly because it's pre-owned watch. They're not new. They're never new. I don't care if it is brand new in the box and it's never been unwrapped. It is no longer at the authorized dealer. It is a pre-owned watch. It's just extremely good condition to good to fair to terrible. Just be honest, okay? Give them a lume shot. Show them the lume of it. People love looking at lume. It's kind of irrelevant because the lume is there or it's not there, but I like to see it. You like to see it. Include that picture. You can use your phone. I use my iPhone for this whole channel. So there's no reason why you can't get good pictures and good video of a watch and show it. Inspect it. Make sure, just because you wore it and you had no problems. I was inspecting a watch on the last sale that I did, and I did the rotation of the hands like this, and the hand interfered with a marker. Had I not checked it, I would have sold that watch, and the buyer would have got it, and they would have been disappointed because they were expecting a good watch. You have to slow down. You have to make sure you're selling them a good watch. And if you document that both on pictures and videos, if there's any issues after the fact, you have pictures and videos proving that it was a good watch, which you shouldn't have to do if you communicate it up front. There should be no disgruntled buyer on the back end. Package it properly. If it came with factory wrapping, wrap it up good. Make sure nothing moves in the box that it's in, and then in the box that you package it in. I ship typically UPS, USPS, FedEx. They're all going to be about the same. Buy yourself some of these rolls. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link down below. This stuff works great. I wrap all of the watches in this. And the way I've been wrapping them is I actually put the watch on their pillow, as long as it's a good quality pillow. And then I wrap like this. I go around the entire watch. Now the watch is locked into the pillow. Then you put it in here, and if that's a tight fit, you're good to go. And then I go to one place. You may not have it, but typically a Lowe's, a Home Depot, a Menards, one of those box stores, they all have started to have an aisle that is like shipping supplies. And those are honestly some of the cheapest readily available options for you. You can get tape there. I go to Sam's Club. I get my tape at Sam's Club. But I ship a lot of watches. I probably spend close to $8,000 a year in shipping. So this isn't what you're going to be doing. But if you're going to be buying and selling watches, maybe get your stuff together a little bit. You can inventory some boxes. Heck, if you just want to keep it clean, you can go and you can get boxes from FedEx. You can get boxes from USPS and ship in their flat rate boxes. That works totally fine. I use paper. I mean, you can use clean, brand new newspaper. You can use bubble wrap. I find paper or thicker paper. You can, again, I'll put an Amazon affiliate link. It's pretty cheap. It'll last you a long time. It's like this brown paper. I tear it off. I bundle it up, and it locks in pretty good. And it's easy for the buyer to dispose of it. Don't use packing peanuts. Nobody likes those. They make a huge mess. Stop using those. Use paper. It's easy to recycle. You can throw it in the cardboard recycler, or odds are the buyer is also probably a seller. They're going to use it too. I do that too. I recycle shipping, packing material. I always use clean, brand new boxes. Okay. Now that I've talked about all that, I'm going to share with you real quick. This is legit. So this is, I made my list, I create my prices, and then this is going to be confusing to you, but this is how I do in the Discord group. I do a method, and I'm going to show you. It's going to be crude, but I'm going to show you how I kind of do it. This isn't going to work for you. This is like a behind the scenes, massive volume type system that I've created. Bear with me. I know this is going to be crude. Also, figuring out prices, use eBay. Don't use, like that's the watch we were just looking at. There's one here listed for $600. That's what it's for sale for. And it's on eBay, okay? I'm not going to price that watch at $600. I'm going to go look to see what they've actually sold for. It's got a little mark on the side of the case. I still need to time graph it. Odds are that watch is probably going to be like around $300 or $350. Gasp, I know. But you sell below market. I'm telling you the price will sell it. Now, if you come over here, this is my Random Rob Buyers Discord group. I know this is super crude. I'm bouncing things around and stuff like that. But you can see how many drops I've done. I call them drops. This is drop 15. This is the one I currently did. So I listed each line item, and then members that are in my Discord, they thumbs up. Now what that does is that enters them into the drawing that I do. So you don't have any fear of missing out. It's more just chance or luck. And then I pick like 3 or 4 winners that have the opportunity to buy. And then they have right of refusal. Maybe they pick like 5 watches and they're like, because odds are I might get 1, I might get 5. If they get 5, I don't expect them to buy 5. They're going to back out of 3 or 4 of them. That's fine. And then I just use this, let me see if I can bring it up. I use this wheel of name. I've used this forever. I literally go through and I type in everybody's name, and then I hit this thing and it spins and it picks it's random. That's how I do it. That's how I've done it. I think because I have a massive audience. That's not what you're going to have. You're going to have a smaller targeted audience. You just be aggressive with your pricing, be very communicative. And if you put something for sale, be available to communicate about it. I'm telling you, this works. I've sold or helped sellers connect with buyers. I should have kept count. I don't know. It's got to be like 10,000 watches at this point. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it has to be. I've been doing it forever. So if that helps, good for you. If it doesn't help and you're just mad because you know I'm right and you don't want to admit it, price sells these things. Being clear and honest with what you have and what you expect out of it might be too much. Stop trying to charge too much for your watch. I know currently prices are probably shifting up a little bit, so you really got to stay in tune with, but also, I mean, as good as this watch is, divers sell, guys. These watches are going to take a hit. So when you buy them, don't expect a massive return. So make sure you buy them right, or buy them, or if you're going to buy it brand new, then you might want to consider just being an end user, because you're going to take a hit on this watch. Now, if you have like a bunch of dive watches, they tend to hold their value a little bit better. Just is what it is. It's like, buying a Chevy Equinox and expecting a massive, in 5 years it being worth as much as a Toyota RAV4. It's not going to be worth as much. The Toyota is going to hold its value more. I know that's not a fair comparison, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, hope this helps. I'll see you guys on the next vid.